Ogre Magi! Dazzle!
Hello everybody and welcome again. We're going to start with Game 2 in the Amateur Dota
User disconnected from your
League
channel.
Season 3 between Dancing Blade and Team TheDefiant. I'm Scap from 4 States Casting. Joining me today is a man with an opinion. Rock, how you doing?
I have no opinion on that. I'm sorry.
And we have two men behind the stats, Silk and Bokley. So without further ado, let's jump right into this draft. I see straight up bans of Nature's Prophet and Storm Spirit and Disruptor coming from Dancing Blade, and we got Defiant getting rid of the Doom, the Bristleback, and the Rubik. Oh, I don't know why I had a little brain fart there. And Dancing Blade picking up Lena, Ogre Magi, where we have Defiant picking up Earthshaker and Dazzle. So, Rock, what you thinking? You looking at these? What are you saying?
I'm looking at both teams being a little bit more reserved in the way that they're drafting. So both teams have decided to choose heroes that are a little bit more open-ended. They're not, and at the moment I can't see any giant AoE, but still making room for a Defiant to grab Darkseer again if they want to try that. I also see, with this Earthshaker, he might be a little bit more. He doesn't have to farm as much to be effective. He still needs dagger, but Earthshaker is really line up. So because the more minions and everything him, the more he does. But I guess the effectiveness of that will just have to be waiting and see. Yoga Magilena pick up as well. That's a really strong combo. You're getting a lot of burst damage there, and Clockwork. Well, we saw a really last time side of Dancing Blade, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's the same fella on Clockwork again. And I've got great faith in him.
Yes.
Or her.
He, she, somebody, person.
Somebody. I'm trying to think back who was off.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any carries yet, which is interesting. They're really reserving, who's going to be carrying them this time. I wonder who's going to be, or how this is going to turn out. I wonder what Dancing Blade is going to pick up, or even what Defiant's going to pick up. It's up to them right now. I wonder what their next pickup is going to be. They already banned a lot of... Ooh, the Juggernaut. Looks like...
That's a nice pickup. That's a lot of heal in that tri-lane right there, and a lot of damage too. And it really makes the Juggernaut Superman too, so I really like the tri-lane have gone there.
And if Earthshaker traps him early in the game, Juggernaut could spill first blood very easily with that Fisher.
Absolutely right, and it's not as dependent on massive team fights last time. Jug is a great team fight, but he's also a great carry. I really like what they've done, and we've actually got a Luna pick up from Blade. So once again, we talk about Supermaning the carry by making Juggernaut invincible by their grave. Well, you're going to be Supermaning. Well, not making her more resilient, but definitely giving her power by giving her Bloodlust. So,
and Luna, once she gets those glaives up, oh man, glaives everywhere, and she'll be pushing down towers in no time.
Really right, and it's one of those big things, like actually a little bit more glaives before the damage. I quite like that. Splashing that damage out and really helping push the towers early and help gives her range, makes her a lot more effective. So I'm predicting probably be splitting her points up between glaives and blessing, That way, when her ult comes on, she'll be really ready to go. Dropping the fireworks. But yeah, I like the Luna pickup.
Yeah, Luna's probably one of my favorite heroes. I won't lie about that. She's just got so much mobility. And speaking of mobility, Outworld Devourer has no relationship to mobility at all whatsoever, but looks like we got Defiant picking up an Outworld Devourer as well to keep. Looks like we're gonna keep Luna at her tracks. See, I managed to turn that around somehow. Anyway, we got dancing.
I was going to say that OD does have a relationship to mobility, and that's the fact that he stops it by orbing. Now, but Viper also really dangerous, and we've got a Bloodseeker pickup too. So now both these drafts have been completed, and we are ready to get into this match.
Ready to get our
start
match
with the Radiant again, Scape?
Yes, I will definitely get into that.
Are you gonna have more?
And looks like in the Radiant side, we have Outworld Devourer being played by Jovermer, and
yeah,
looks like we have Bloodseeker being played by Tito Christ, and we have Earthshaker giving Bloodseeker a little bit of support, being played by Nutella. We have a Juggernaut going in the hard lane. Ooh, what a helmet. Being played by Kament, and we have, last but not least, we all love him, Dazzle, being played by Kodak.
Dazzle! Yeah,
so,
definitely getting
Rock, could you...
Yeah, here I go. I'm going to introduce Dire now. Now I'm going to start off with the top lane up here with Blaster for the side of Blade running the Luna. So we're definitely going to be keeping an eye on that. And we've actually got Ogre standing down the river, protecting this rune, or maybe dropping a ward or two. And that's going to be paid by General Pantaloons. Love that name. That's awesome. The General. We've got Shift Key on Viper once again for the mid. We've got 9493 on the stand-in role for Clockwork, and I'm pretty sure that was the same one we did last time, and we actually missed out Lena. Lena is something special, well, I agree. That's up in top lane. So we've got a pretty standard tri-lane with the Ogre, Lena, and the defensive tri-lane up top. Might have an aggressive duel. Aggressive tri, maybe, possibly, going on the Radiant side, but Doug's picked up this haste rune and he's ready to go.
Yep, haste rune has been had and he is ready to go. Looks like we got already a little bit of a push going on top in the tri lane, and we got Dazzled keeping the tri lane at bay and keeping the Juggernaut alive. Looks like at the bottom lane it is just Bloodseeker going against the Clockwork, mano a mano, with Earthshaker holding up the back. So what do you...
Mono a duo soon.
Mono a duo.
Comes in.
Yep, definitely. Once his Earthshaker comes in and throws in his 2 cents. Looks like in the tri lane though we got we got a very calm start. Everyone's just farming up. No aggressions yet. We're just kind of like waiting on see what's going to be happening. In the mid lane though, we got Viper giving a lot of harass on the Outworld Devourer already. That Nether Toxin doing some work, and Outworld just keeping Viper at bay by prisoning him as often as he can.
Absolutely right. And down below we've also got a little bit of harass happening on the Clockwork as well on the side of on Defy. Earthshaker's coming in and just harassing a little bit, making sure that it's not so easy. But it doesn't matter. All Clockwork needs is levels, and definitely not being zoned out. So dual lanes for Defy is interesting how it goes. It means that all these characters are going to get a little bit more XP, but it also means that dry lane's not really going to be affected, and you can't really effectively shut down Clockwork either. So we'll have to see. how it
Looks
pans
like
out
we
for them.
got a little bit aggression up top on the Juggernaut already. Juggernaut spinning away with a little help from Dazzle with the shallow grave. Looks like we're gonna get a little bit of excitement up top already. Hopefully, we're gonna. I mean, I'd love to see some action soon, but
I, that's what I heard. I heard you're a big fan of action.
yep, I really like my action. But you know, from last game, you know, it was a very low kill game. It was a very um, passive game, I guess you could say, with very little bursts of action. So it was just one of those like you
Yeah,
gotta stay on your toes. You gotta be ready for the action when it comes.
but that action was pretty good when it did come. There was some pretty serious team fights going on. We didn't know what was going on, and they were all so even. So
Yeah, really.
both teams doing a great job, and it as I'm not sure if the listeners are out there. If this is the first game that you're watching, this is actually game number 2, and Blade picked up the first game, and we're going to see if Defiant can maybe change their drafting a little bit and mix it up a little bit. They definitely decided to go less on the AoE and more on the kind of sustainable and carry roles. They've got a Juggernaut carry, they've got an OD carry, and they've got a Bloodseeker carry too, or kind of gank carry. So, they're a little bit more defensive on the side of Blade.
Looks like we got Juggernaut though. He ran right in with a Blade Fury. He's spinning to win, and we got a little bit back. Everyone backed off. No deaths yet. Sorry to cut you off, but
They were able to salve out of that, but she was close, man.
yeah, it was really close. Just kind of ran right in and started spinning, and Luna was like, run. So, I hope Luna doesn't sound like that. That would be very scary if she really did. If she got a cold or something.
There was some type of squeaks of worry coming out.
Hopefully. Looks like hopefully she just doesn't. Now I got that stuck in my mind. Anyway, it calmed down after that. We got Juggernaut just hanging out, doing his thing, trying to farm up a little bit.
Yeah, maps are right, and same going for mid. Viper actually topping the last hits and denies, but OD's doing pretty well. He's got 14 and 1, and Viper's got 22 and 1. But it really looks like Viper's winning the harass battle too. Poor old OD is quite low and hasn't actually picked up. He actually hasn't got his bottle yet. That or it's crowing at the moment. OD hasn't got a bottle, whereas Viper's not going for a bottle, giving up. So I wonder what he might be going for actually. He's got almost 16 tank already, Viper, so, and he's just picked up an illusion rune.
He could be going straight treads, he could be going Shadow Blade, he could be doing a whole lot of things right now. And now he's just lying in wait, waiting on to get in a position after the Outworld Devourer. He's just waiting. This is exactly what Shift Key was doing last game when he was Night Stalker. He was just lying in wait, throws down the ulti, going after the Outworld throwing down his imprisonment and just getting out just in time to salve up and hopefully live another day to get going and continue the mid-fight. A little bit of cheekiness going on between the two of them.
Clear, right? Very cheeky. A bit of fun. Harmless Dota banter. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
A few shots fired. And it's really important to see who's collecting these runes. And at the moment, we saw that Clockwork's actually running the bottle, and he's the one who's just on bottom runes. So, really, watch out for him. He's got a bottle now. He's got a couple of extra levels on, or at least one extra level on the Bloodseeker. So we could actually see something going on. Earthshaker's just a little bit passive, waiting to pull these creep or going to pull through, I think.
Yeah, hopefully gonna get a good pull on for him and get the Clockwork. Oh, just missed the pull. Oh, I hate when that happens to me. Every once in a while, you just miss the pull, and it's just
Now Ogre definitely didn't miss the pull up top, and he's got a nice little pull through happening here. But it won't actually pull through because right at the right time or the wrong time, this second creep camp just respawned. So it doesn't matter. He doesn't need to pull through because this second creep camp will do and take out this creep wave for Blade.
Yeah, so much pulling on the side of Blade, keeping the creep equilibrium right under tower, right how they want it. So maybe they could catch somebody.
Bottom.
Oh, looks.
Old Scabby. We got
Yep.
Stalker Viper. He did a bit of a flyby, but
A little bit of flyby looking to get after somebody, but looks like just he's just lying and waiting. Shift Key has been playing a very interesting gank game. He just kind of like he shows off his presence. It's like he just kind of wanders around a little bit and he just kind of finds the right time and he strikes. And when last game when he was Night Stalker, he just tore it up.
definitely right. Caused a lot of trouble and really Ooh, Viper's picked up the invisible. Definitely coming in for a gank down bottom. I think
Yep.
this Earthshaker is about to feel a little bit of sore.
Yep, lying and waiting. Looks like we got
Go away, Earthshaker.
Clockwork with the cogs and the hook. Getting first blood, Viper picking it off, Shift Key going after the Earthshaker and getting a nice chunk of gold. Looks like he picked up treads from the first get-go. We were wondering what he was going to pick up. Looks like he just decided to grab treads. Meanwhile, up top, there was a little bit of a skirmish going on up top, leaving Team Blade, the Luna and the Lena, a little bit lower than they probably would have liked, whereas Juggernaut and Dazzle just keeping the pressure up on top. So back in the bottom lane, looks like we got a OD going in after the Clockwork, but Clockwork is going way too fast for the OD to decide to go in and maybe get a gank going on. There's a nice little lull in the game, so let's take a quick look at the gold real quick.
Yeah, I was just checking out the net worth then, and it looks pretty even, but Viper's doing a really good job, and so is Bloodseeker, and so is AD, and so is Luna. So this time it's actually the carries.
Oh, Bloodseeker up top decided to pick off Alina with an ult and now he's going after for more. It looks like and they're gonna pull the wave. Bloodseeker is going after the early game. They just want it. Really, Team Defy just really wants this game. Ogre Magi with the stun, following up with the Luna. Juggernaut spinning away. Viper going after the Bloodseeker. Bloodseeker getting out just in time with the help of Dazzle. We got a Fisher going on. We got Juggernaut in a lot of trouble. Juggernaut just can't deal with the Nether Toxin, and pings are going on. Looks like we're chasing after the Bloodseeker. Bloodseeker just man-fighting the Viper, and you just can't do it when you're low HP. But Earthshaker turning around on the Viper and taking care of the Viper. Whew.
They've actually got here we go. We've got
a hook. Just missed the hook. We got a stun, just missing the stun on the Earthshaker. Earthshaker just trying to waltz on by. We got OD in a lot of trouble, caught out of position, and we have Juggernaut spinning to winning on the Luna, trying to get out, but we got a stun going on. This is tick for tack, everybody. We're taking out one person for another. Trades are happening. This action.
Juggernaut just did a great job at getting a couple of kills there. Let's actually have a look at that.
Oh, but we got Lena going after the Juggernaut. Juggernaut using his ult and spinning to winning, picking off the Lena as well. We got Viper going after the Bloodseeker again. Bloodseeker using a Rupture. Viper in a little bit of trouble here. He just can't deal with the Dazzle's range, and he doesn't want to move and just dies. Just could not handle it. Got pinned down. Couldn't deal with it.
Absolutely right. These guys are still fighting. OD drops a huge shot. Now he's gone on Luna.
There's just constant fighting going on between already. They want a different game this time. This is going to be not lying and waiting. This is going to be a constant fight, it seems like. But there's a little bit of a calmness in the storm right now. Whew.
Oh, and I think Ogre's in a bit of trouble actually, because Bloodseeker can that third skill of his, which is the thirst.
Ogre Magi better be careful. He's running a little bit lower than I would like, but looks like he's hiding under tower and he's staying safe. Clockwork flaring up, trying to add a little bit of harass going on. We have Dazzle by himself, and it looks like we got a nice little grouping going on after mid. Shift key in a little bit of trouble here. Rupture is up. Bloodseeker going in after the Viper. Viper trying to get away. He just can't though with the OD and the Clockwork. Clockwork trying to come in and follow up with the Cogs and just can't quite get it off. So there's just a little bit of pressure and tension going on in the mid lane. Looks like we're just gonna have to wait and see what is going on here. And we got Juggernaut pushing to bottom lane.
Good job down bottom. It really looks like actually Defiant's actually starting to get a little advantage in their kills and in the XP. So they're actually starting, and in the gold as well. They're actually two over grand in gold advantage as well. So starting to get maybe a little bit of momentum. But still, Blade's still definitely in it, and we haven't even seen the full fights yet. But Juggernaut's got ulti up again. He's proven to be so dangerous. The OD is round 2 and trying to do his best job at keeping people out, and the Dazzle's really keeping everyone alive. So they could maybe put it together. Maybe if Defiant decide to strike in the next 5 minutes or so, really get a little bit of an advantage up. But it doesn't look like Blade's being out of there. They're ready to go. They're all teaming up mid.
Oh, looks like we got Clockwork coming in with the hook and the Cogs. OD using an imprisonment to get out of the Cogs and trying to get out, but he just can't. Viper again, just being there at the right place at the right time, picking off another kill for himself to add to his trove of 4.
Absolutely right. Yeah, he's kicking butt at the moment. And the Luna came in too, just for a bit of XP, and almost would have been great. We need to share the farm experience around. Definitely want you carry.
Looks like we got a little bit of a push going on in the mid lane. We got Bloodlust up. Right clicks are going to be faster. They're keeping an eye out on the top tower, but Team Defy, they are defying them to keep this lane from pushing. And we got an imprisonment. We got Fishers up. They're saying no. We want this, and you can't have our tower. This is ours. There are many like them, but this one's ours, and you can't have it.
Right, you cannot have mid. And actually, most of all the towers are all still standing up, except for one that's gone down the offlane for Dire. Sorry, the offlane for Dire.
There's just so much tension going on in the mid lane. We got Team Blade grouping up in the mid lane, just waiting on a good moment to just fights and get another fight going on, but there's just the tension. But we got Lena and Dazzle duking it out. Looks like Lena getting ulted by the Bloodseeker. Bloodseeker going in, he wants blood and he gets it. Killing the Lena, picking him off. And
nice work. And almost kind of playing the same role that Nightstalker played in the last game. Now, it looks like Defiant's actually maybe picked up a little bit of a from that and decided to go to Bloodseeker, because he's carrying around the place and really making it uncomfortable for Blade to get settled.
But Clockwork with the Cogs, OD imprisoning again, and Clockwork getting fissured. A nice ulti from the Earthshaker and the Outworld Devourer, taking out Viper and Clockwork. Whoa.
That was a 2 for 3 there. They definitely are starting to get the advantage in these kills. They've now got double the kills, 10 to 5, whereas before it was very even at 4 apiece. So.
And now they're going to start taking mid, and they're diving, going after the Ogre Magi. Juggernaut picking off the Ogre Magi, going back to the mid lane, pushing mid lane, getting a lot of damage on. Everyone is just trying. Looks like Defy is really starting to, kicking into overdrive. They lost once, right. And they're just saying nope.
Jug's a good early carry and really helps the team with his healing. But so much magic immunity is so great for team fighting early. And Oh, it looks
But
like
we got
could
Luna
possibly
in
go
a
down
lot of
too.
trouble. Bloodseeker picking off the Luna with the help of Fisher coming from the Ogre Magi. We got Viper coming in. He had just about enough of this Earthshaker, but it looks like he's lying in waiting once again to pick up something. A little bit of cheekiness coming on from the team, reporting their own team. Oh, just reminds me of the good old pub days.
Yeah, doing. Yeah, having a little bit of fun, and they can have a little bit of fun because you know they're sitting really quite in a good spot at the moment. By definitely changing it around from Blade, who had the advantage in the last game, and now we actually see a little bit of inefficiency from Blade. They're teaming up. They're kind of sharing this mid, but they're not really defending anything, and they're not really farming all that efficiently either. They do have a Luna, and she's best to really try to farm up. But if you have a Bloodseeker, Juggernaut, and OD, that's a farm at 20.
Speaking of
5 minutes.
Bloodseeker, he's got his invis. He's looking around maybe to pick somebody off here. He's eyeing the Luna. Luna doesn't know he's there. Bloodseeker with the ult. Fisher is down. Luna in trouble. Getting picked off. Man, just Team Defy. Oh, and we got a Viper going in after the Bloodseeker. Bloodseeker getting picked off from the Viper and the Lina. A nice ulti and shallow grave coming from Team Defy. Cogs are up. Clockwork is down. So is Earthshaker. A stun on the OD. A nice ult on the Viper. Looks like we got a multicast going on. And oh, OD with the double kill. Oh, 4 for 2.
Wow.
What a trade. What a fight. Wow.
Beautiful shallow grave by Dazzle, really saving Earthshaker there. Earthshaker hanging around for a long time. Massive OD ulti taken out of the Viper. Yeah, that was a huge fight. And while these lanes are a little bit pushed, it definitely came out in Defy's favour, and they're in a good position to knock down another tower if they want.
Meanwhile, we
actually,
have
that's happening
Juggernaut
down
just
bottom.
pushing the bottom lane. He just has all this free time.
Oh!
And a nice trickle and ulti picking off the Clockwork as well. Juggernaut is just keeping on, keeping on. He is just like the Energizer Bunny. People are TPing in. They had just about enough of this Juggernaut. Juggernaut trying to get away. Luna using an ult, trying to pick off the Juggernaut. Juggernaut just running as fast as his little legs can carry him. He's out of phase
He's using
boots.
drums.
And he used his drums. Viper just starting to slow him down a little bit too. Luna still giving chase. This is one of the longest chases in a while. Oh, Juggernaut getting saved from the Dazzle. Whoo!
Wow, mech heel, shallow grave. He is fine. And
Oh.
poor old shift key, poor old blaster. They tried so hard to get that kill. Then they really deserved it too.
Oh, that Juggernaut is one of the luckiest Juggernauts ever. That, just so much chase was happening that Team Blade just spent a lot of resources trying to chase down this Juggernaut, and it just was not happening for him. How unfortunate. Looks like in the top lane, it's starting to... Oh, a little bit of cheekiness from the Juggernaut and the Clockwork. Got a
Oh,
nice...
Quickly look at the difference in EXP earned.
Yeah.
It is really starting to come into Defy's favour. They have 14,000 above in EXP, and in gold, they're sitting at 12,000 in it. So, really starting to lay some dominance down. There's double damage rune top, and whoever decides to get that, it won't be Daz. Whoever decides to get that, I think they're going to use Vector, maybe even
Bloodseeker? Bloodseeker. He's picking up the DD. He's getting excited. I would be. Looks like we got Clockwork and Ogre Magi coming in, but we have Lina and Viper with a Shadow Blade. He sees the Earthshaker. He throws an ulti down. Bloodseeker turning on the Lina and the Viper. Ooh. Man, it was just this little bit of tension going on here, but it just wasn't happening. There was just this little bit of you can just cut the tension right now with a knife. There's Lina just keeps playing with fire and just keeps going in and just
Dazzle's walking up.
Oh,
Probably to
Dazzle
the wall,
catching the Lena out of position. Lena getting a face full of Team Defy, a shallow grave just in case.
Here's the clockwork.
And
Is it
here
gonna
comes
go?
Clockwork coming in. Ogre Magi taking out the Earthshaker. Earthshaker getting an ulti off though and picking off a Clockwork and a Luna.
And that's exactly right. If you look at this talk that's going on about, Blaster said talk about the exact opposite of last game. And that is exactly right. Where you see Defy Ganker and you see these team fights and surviving, and whereas last time we saw it was Blade that was so tanky, surviving all these team fights and really getting Team Saw and Night Stalker up.
Yeah, it's just, you know, and it's just, you know, yeah, it just sums it up. You know, they're just really cranked it up. It seems, according to Team Defy, it seems to be a pattern for them. They really, you know, maybe they're a second game team. Who knows?
Yeah, well, all the chatter was going on. They were all saying, "Wish we had another game," and that's one of the, you know, the personalities of AD2L is that it's just a best of two. I know, and that's it. That's it. No chance to kind of get revenge or anything else. So I think Defy is feeling pretty happy that they're actually managing to turn this one around, and they're not going to walk away with a double defeat. In fact, they might walk away even.
Yeah, let's hope they do. And you know, Team Blade, they just right now they're having a little bit of a road against them. The tides have turned, as it were, and there's a nice lull in the game. There's a lot of tension being built. Everyone's starting to aggregate mids, now starting to spread out. Luna's giving a little bit of a push going on in the bottom lane, and we have Juggernaut chasing after. And
Getting Illusion Rune, just running around getting those runes. Now, the runes haven't played too much of effect this game. Normally it's highly critical, and whoever controls the runes usually controls the game, but we saw quite a bit of sharing of the runes. But Viper definitely getting a couple of key. There's definitely an invisibility that helped him smash down. Actually got a bit of a drop on the Juggernaut.
yeah, Juggernaut just. So we're gonna have a nice little pause, everybody, and, and some more cheekiness.
I can see what's going on.
Yeah, we can go back
Now
to.
this Viper is definitely not out of it. He's got his Shadow Blade up, and he's been doing well. So he's definitely going to be able to get a few games, especially if he links up with Clockworks. They've got the burst damage to kind of knock down a couple of these guys. You know, OD's going to be pretty fragile. So is Bloodseeker if you can multi-stun him. So they're not out of it yet. And if the who's doing right with farm, but not especially great, get up.
And without further ado, the game is back on. Tensions are building. We got a little bit of a push and aggregation going on from both teams in the mid lane. Man, Rock, what do you think's going to happen? How do you think this should be played out? What do you think Blade needs to do?
I think Blade should try and go for a Rosh, possibly. Try and play a little bit passively and just try and stay together, which is really important because they don't want this Bloodseeker anyone off.
Well,
But,
speaking of Bloodseeker, we got a nice smoke gank going on from Team Defy. They want to turn. They're going around. Looks like they want to catch some people out of position. Ogre Magi in a little bit of trouble here, getting ultied by, and Earthshaker coming in with a nice double kill, getting an ulti and a Fisher off. Ooh.
Wow, and so definitely that's not what Blade needed. I was actually going to say that's what Blade needed to do. They can try and get a gank back, but Defy really coordinated this game. Really worked.
Juggernaut picking off the Luna. Sorry to cut you off, Rock, but
No,
there's
mate.
just we're just
Double damage.
things are
Juggernaut's
starting to.
definitely worth the cutoff.
We're just really starting to pick up here. It looks like Defy said, you know what? We want to play. We want to win one. We will win, even if it's gonna be too fast for the casters to handle.
Oh, I think we can handle it. I really like to see the change in modification in their play and their drafting style. That they gave the Wombo combo a go last game. They really felt out that Blade were good
We
enough
got
to.
Viper eyeing the Juggernaut. Juggernaut getting ultied and getting right click down, but Earthshaker here to save the day with a nice stun. Viper just cannot handle the rest of the team showing up unexpectedly for him.
Odie's doing a lot of damage now. Really hitting hard. That's with that orb attack of his, and he's really starting to get the mana pool up. He's got a Rod of Atos, a push stick, and his treads.
Clockwork getting caught out of position and throwing his cogs up. Looks like we're getting a little bit of a mounting party coming up, starting to get on the high ground. Juggernaut getting.
Is that a buyback for the Luna?
Getting Luna.
Dieback.
Dying to the Earthshaker. This Earthshaker and his Fishers have been absolutely murderous. Meanwhile, we
Really
got
nice early blink dagger, yeah.
we got a nice push going up top. They decided to rotate and start getting the last of the peripheral towers. Clockwork giving a little bit of flare harass, but they're just waiting. They're lying and waiting. They have the high ground to defend. They cannot leave. They will not leave. Defy has the obligation to go to them. Blade just needs to sit there and wait for the right opportune moment to synchronize their skills. The battle for Upground is a very interesting fight. It's just, you gotta be ready. Both teams are... It's a lot easier for the people defending the high ground than it is people... going up on the high ground. Isn't that right, Rock?
Oh, absolutely right. So there's a couple of different advantages. First, the towers are so much stronger in the base. Secondly, high ground always has a better sight advantage. And thirdly, you've got the team right next to their base. They can buy back. They can go to well and come back to the fight. So yeah, it's very, very trickle.
Looks like we got a little bit of a fight going on. Earthshaker blinking in with an ult, picking off the Luna, starting to pick off the Lina. Lina getting ultied. We got Juggernaut that is unstoppable, picking off an Ogre Magi and a Clockwork. Lina getting picked off as well. Now that everyone is down, we're most likely gonna see a nice boarding party going up. We got a push going on in the mid lane. This Earthshaker is doing work.
And unfortunately, like, those kills did not happen in base, and when you're in this type of situation, you need to base no matter what. And they teased him out and to get a few kills out of it. Now the push and that, well, actually they decided to go back to Rosh now, which is also a really good move. If you've got the advantage, if you get a few kills and you can safely get Rosh or get a tower, then that's a really nice way to kind of keep your flow of play going.
Poor Roshan.
Ooh, Odie's in trouble. Down he goes, top lane.
Oh man. OD being caught out of position. I totally missed that, but he wasn't with the team.
Going on at the same time, yeah.
Rosh going down, OD going down with Rosh. Poor Roshan. I always feel bad for Roshan. He dies every game, it seems like.
Yeah.
He can never get a break.
It's brutal. No one wants to be attacked in their home. Have that immortality stolen.
I know I wouldn't. Since OD is down, looks like things are starting to slow down a little bit. Team Defy just they're starting to backpedal a little bit. They said, okay, OD died. We might need OD a little bit to start our boarding party.
Juggernaut's getting really farmed up now. He's got Desolator. He's got a Sanj and Yasha, and
but he's getting caught out of position, picking off the Luna, going after the Clockwork. Viper, he sees Juggernaut too, and he throws down his ult. Oh, Juggernaut going in. He just that
was 2 for 1.
2 for 1. But Viper getting a lot of gold from that Juggernaut. 1,100 gold from that Juggernaut.
That is that's some serious gold.
Yeah,
that's some bank. That's some chips.
I wish I had 1,100 gold. That's for sure.
I just wish I had gold.
You and me
The only
both,
gold I
Rock.
got
You and
is
me
my
both.
comedy gold. So, we got a bit of a drop again with the Dazzle, and it looks like it really starting to get out of control for Defy. Poor old Blade are really seeing a really tough situation now. They've got their base intact. They've still got a Luna and a Viper to farm up, but Juggernaut is just tearing it up. He hasn't even gone for the Scepter, but he's gone a bit of more of an old school build with the Desolator and the S4, but really, really strong. OD's got a heap of mana, so any right click that he does is just going to be so painful. He's got the Crypt Stick, Push Stick, and that Mystic Staff, which is going to be maybe even
Having that big of an intel difference is really hurting Team Blade with that ulti.
right. And we saw Viper really drop to that a couple of times. Poor old Viper being an Agi character, probably hasn't got anything built in it. Yep. He's got Agi boots, he's got an Agi Yasha, and he's got a Shadow Blade. There is nothing going to add up or up his mana pool.
So while the game is paused, let's take a quick look at the gold. And we look at the difference in gold there in Team Defy. 25,000 gold difference. They are rich, and they are really happy with that kind of income. I wish I had that kind of income in real life. But anyway, Team Defy also in the experience earned, they got 30,000 experience difference earned over Team Blade right now. They just are tearing it up. We're looking at the net worth. We have the entire team of Defy just above Team Blade in net worth. Even the supports have more gold than the top carries in Team Blade.
The poorest support has more gold than the richest carry.
Yep.
For Team Blade, and that's really, really harsh. And actually, Ashtake's just picked up his Scepter. More damage.
Oh yeah, he's ready. He wants it.
Bloodseeker's coming in with an invisibility too. Butterfly as well as Aegis as well as the Sandra one. So really, really strong.
Looks like we got a ulti going off on the Bloodseeker, picking off the Luna. Looks like we got a little bit of a skirmish going on here. Lina going down. Bloodseeker going after the Clockwork. Clockwork hooking away. We got Juggernaut chasing after the Viper. Viper ultied to the face. Going down. Looks like we got a little bit of regrouping. This is the time. The boarding party is here. They are ready. They want push mid. A mid tower is going to go down. At least it better go down. I hope it goes down. A fortify has been up.
Get these Raxes down.
They
Poor old Viper, poor old Luna. Down for a count. Now, it's so early on that these guys really aren't out for long. But as you can see, the massive damage already been laid down on these Raxes, and I really think they're going to go now. That's one. That's two. There we go.
Looks like Bloodseeker, they are keeping on the fight in the high ground. They have made it up. We got Lina, Ogre Magi, Clockwork, all going down, and Luna as well. They just cannot deal. The GGs have been thrown, and that is game. Team Defy turning it around. What an opposite game from last game.
Wasn't it? It just shows why AD2L is just so exciting. It really is. You get one chance to test the water and then one more chance to finish it off. And both teams got a really great win. Both teams really controlled their games in their wins respectively. So I think a really balanced job and great work to both Blade and Defy. Congratulations, guys.
Yeah, good job. Good games, guys. Hope we all had fun, viewers. This is Scap from 4 States. Joining me was, again, the man with the opinion, Rock. And
that's it. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Great fun.
Please click the follow button on the Twitch and maybe give us, and so you can keep track on if you really liked what we did today. We have a YouTube channel. Just check us out, 4 States.
And stick around. We've got more games to come today, so
more
to come.
More to come. This is Scap Rock signing out. We'll see ya in a bit.
Later.
Tonight, I'm gonna have my